Are you struggling to save up money for a down payment? Well, Nova Scotia has just introduced a brand new down payment pilot program. And with me, as always, I'm joined by Alex Lavender, a certified mortgage broker who is here to break down what this pilot program actually looks like. So, Alex, can you really give us a general overview of what this first time down payment program is in Nova Scotia and really like what is it? How much are people getting? Is it even active yet? Can you give us an overview on what this program is?
Yeah, for sure, Mark. It's definitely made some headlines here over the past couple of weeks. So it's just like how it sounds. It's a 2% down payment program. It's very unique. I don't know if it's been done anywhere else yet, but essentially what it is it's a 2% down payment on the home, and there's no mortgage default insurance, which is typically required when you put less than 20% down. The province is actually backing it as part of a pilot program, and they've partnered with the credit union. So it is allowing for a 2% down payment. It can't be stacked with other programs that we have, such as the Nova Scotia Down Payment Assistance Program, where they'll give you the 5% down payment as a loan, interest free for 10 years. So this is its own unique standalone program.
And what is this just like a grant? Like they just give you this money, you never have to repay it back, or is it like a loan? How does that work?
So it's just the 2% down payment. That's all you're expected to bring in for the purchase price of the home. There's other costs as well, such as your closing costs. But the other portions of this, the other 98% is going to be financed by the lender.
Okay, so I think that's an important distinction to know. Where the one program you mentioned with, which is the down payment assistance program, that's where they actually give you an interest-free loan. But with this program, the first-time homebuyers 2% down payment pilot program, it's allowing you, the home buyer, to just put 2% down instead of the 5% that's at least normally a minimum requirement. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah, you got it.
Okay, got it. So, and then on top of that, another benefit is that you do not have that. What was that insurance that you mentioned that you do not have to pay?
The mortgage default insurance. Yeah. So mortgage default insurance is required whenever you have less than 20% down. And that's what makes this a really unique product where you don't have this mortgage default insurance premium. However, this is an uninsured mortgage. So the interest rates are typically going to be higher than someone who is putting 5% down or using the down payment assistance program for the 5% down payment.
I see. How much higher are the interest rates if you go with this 2% down payment program?
It's going to vary because so essentially it's going to be a restricted product that you can only get through the credit union. So there's no other lender that's going to offer this. You have to go through a credit union. Credit unions can traditionally be a little bit higher on the interest rate than other national lenders. But this product is an uninsured product, so that's probably going to put it in an even higher rate category. It's really going to depend on the type of rate and the term that you're looking at. But we're seeing expectations around 1% higher right now on the rate.
Okay. That's a really good opportunity, though, for people to essentially get into home ownership with spending less money for that down payment, which I know can be a struggle for so many people to save up. So, with that being thought in mind, you said credit unions are distributing this. Is it any credit union or every credit union or one specific one? Who exactly is allowed to uh, essentially enroll you in this program?
Yeah, it's a great question. There's a list of credit unions, and it's not every credit union. It's only participating credit unions that are partnered with the province on this. But there's a list. There's a list. I think it's about 10 or 12 credit unions that are on this list. But yeah, it's a select few that have been selected for this program.
And if someone wants to participate in this program, would going to someone like yourself, a mortgage broker in Nova Scotia, in Halifax specifically, do you have access to like all of these? Because I know like one of the big benefits of using a mortgage broker is like you have one application and you get multiple lender offers. So if someone wanted to do that, can you provide someone with like, hey, we've got you approval from like these 3 or these 5 credit unions for this program? Is that something that you do?
We don't know. I mean, the information's still limited out there, so I'm gonna say right now, I don't think we have access to this product. I think that this is something that's being offered directly through the credit union in-house. I think that they're still trying to work out, the kinks with it as well, and figure it out how they're gonna administer it. But from right now, I don't think it's something that we can access, but what we definitely can do is we can look at that as an option and compare it to other options out there. And I have no issue, telling a client, like, if that is the best solution for them, then comparing it to all other options, then they should go through with the credit union offer at the end of the day. But we can be here to look at all the other options, such as down payment assistance program, or maybe a cash back mortgage for the down payment, or gift from family, etc. And we can lay it out and see which one's going to have the lowest cost, lowest payments, and kind of go from there.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really valuable insight from you because there are so many programs out there. Like, I mean, just on your YouTube channel alone, like we've probably discussed like, I don't know, like 10 different programs, and like there's so many different qualifications for each program. And some are like, if you do this one, you can't do this one, but if you do this one, you can stack on this one. I think it's like really overwhelming, especially if someone's out there trying to like compare, like, should I go for this 2% down payment program, or should I go for the interest-free down payment assistance program, or I forget the exact name of that other program you mentioned. So I think having that ability to work with a financial professional like yourself to like compare the different mortgage options and programs that are available is like super, super helpful. So let's dive into the qualifications for this 2% down payment program. Is there like house price limits or income limits? What do those look like?
Yeah, so the income limit is going to be about $200,000 household income, and then the price limit is going to vary based on location. So if it's in the Halifax area or the Hants area, it's going to be a $570,000 maximum purchase price. I believe anywhere else in the province, it's $500,000.
Okay, so like that's pretty decent. I
Hmm.
would say for in terms of like eligibility, because I find a lot of programs like the the restrictions are just like ridiculous, where you're like, oh, I can never find a home for that price, or I don't no one can live off of income that low. So I think it seems like a pretty good restrictions for this program. And then how does this actually affect mortgage payments really? And so I know you said the interest rates could be higher. How much higher would you expect for, a home that's under this 500,000 or $570,000 limit?
It's tough to say, and I think that that's one of those things where a broker can be really valuable, and you can kind of compare options and see, because it's going to vary case by case. But but the costs are going to be higher. Well, I guess it depends what you're comparing it to. I mean, if you have a 5% down payment from your own savings, that's going to be the best option. 20% down payment from your own savings is even going to be better. But essentially, at 98% loan to value, you're borrowing more money. You're borrowing it at a higher interest rate, so your payments are probably going to be a bit higher. But it's not a one size fits all. It would be one of those things where it'd be really good to kind of compare options and then see what the prices are of each one, and kind of go from there.
And if you want to work with Alex directly and help him, essentially help yourself with him, walk you through all these programs and which sort of mortgage options are best for you, use the link down below this video. And let us know in the comments if you want to see videos on any other topics, or if you have questions on any of these down payment and mortgage and housing affordability programs that are being rolled out, or if there's anything we have not covered, let us know down in the comments, and we'll be sure to answer your questions in a future video.